Hello, my crafty friends. This is Lori, Girl on the Ridge. I have a finished project tonight. This is, I'm doing a series of Pioneer Prairie journals, and this is the first one called Bliss. And I made, the journal, a portfolio type case. We'll look at that later. And it comes in this is a craft bag, sewn, doubled, Mod Podge, and it has, script stamp. So this is, the journal comes in here. So that comes with it. And this is, like I said, this is a little under 9 by 5. It has seam binding closure, and this just clips on it. I just took it off because I filmed a couple times. So that just comes off. This is a roughly 78 pages. It's not my normal cover. Usually I really fill it up, but it was fitting for the time and to fit into the case, so I didn't rip anything. So this is Bliss. She was a young girl who, her papa was killed in the war, and her mama had to do what she had to do, so she went to the local brothel, and she offered her services as a cook, wash, seamstress, and she would even teach the girls sums and reading if they could have room and board, and her daughter Bliss would be protected. And they agreed because good food was hard to come by and services. So Bliss, that's where she grew up, and she had a happy childhood. The girls all doted on her, and they had a garden with bunny rabbits. See that little bunny rabbit? Thought of John Miller. And kitties, and they had a nice little garden. And that was her mama and her in the garden. And unfortunately, this is her papa. When he passed away, there's a little letter in there, which is just blank. And just some ephemera and some lace. Then her mama would do the sewing, and the girls would teach Bliss how to play cards. So it was kind of like teaching her sums. Oops, sorry, that was my dog. And here we have, actually, this was a copy of a primer book that I did have that was like 1878. Look how cool that is. And I just scanned it and made copies of it with some different tags. They loved their little gardening. And Bliss's mom would take them shopping. She did meet a girl that she got quite friendly with, Ella. And she also made arrangements with a local rancher that was friends of her brother, James, that if anything happened to Bliss's mama, that he would come and take Bliss away from here. So this was just a perfume that the girls always wore. And that's just a tag that goes behind there. And that's just some vintage lace from a tablecloth. And Bliss's mom had made this little book. And this is one of the bags that I made. Folded it in threes. It was a long bag. And then just paper clip that back on. And that goes on like that. Unfortunately, Bliss's mama took ill. And some more hair oil. And she passed away. So poor Bliss knew she had to leave there. And this was a note in my imagination that Bliss's mama wrote to her. That goes in one of the envelopes that I made that I was inspired by Amity Bloom. There's another little card. So James, true to his word, came to pick up Bliss. And the girls had given her, they knew she didn't like perfume, but she loved the rose hand cream because her mama loved roses. And that was from Screech Owl, I think. So we had the roses. And she wanted to bring her music book because she loved to sing. Some more hand cream. Her mama's cookbook. Some notes. And that's just a receipt. And some more of her mama's books. Her mama used to love to read. And that's where Bliss got it from. And just a flip down with the wax seal that I still haven't perfected. And then she met Claire. Claire was a very young, full of life, innocent young girl who loved clothes and perfume and all the girly things. And she loved dresses, so she couldn't wait to dress up poor Bliss. Bliss was kind of plain dresser because they didn't have the money, where Claire just loved the newest fashions and her brother doted on her. And there's just some stuff of Bliss's mama, her tablecloth and curtains, and some notes, and more flowers. And this is Charming Fragrance I used, and some note paper. And then poor Claire would buy Bliss perfume, not realizing that she hated it. But she kept it for pretty bottles, and she wanted to be nice. There were some pretty roses, because both their mamas loved roses. A little saying, and a little flip up. And there is some writing, and there's a little tuck spot in there. When the girls went out to ride horses, there was a new, that's a little book from her mama, a new ranch hand named Jace, who had eyes for Bliss and Bliss him. So they would go out and meet by the water hole. This is a little timepiece. And some more. This is piece of silk that I had. And some more, just some receipts, little garden seeds. And they went out by the water hole and they would meet and swim. This is another, Clemmy did this. I love these. And it's for writing. So Bliss can do writing of her own. And her and Jace were becoming quite the hot item. And there's the book the girls would always look at. This is a paper clip that holds down the flip up. And this is actually a cowboy song. So her and Jace would finally, actually they would, this is the Montgomery Ward, just a catalog, started planning their future together. He asked her to marry him. So that was their plan. Claire was very sad to see her go, but she knew they would meet again someday. And that's another note that her mama had that Bliss read. Her mama wanted the best for her, and she found it in Jace. She believed she could, so she did. It's a little file folder. But Jace didn't want to stay around. He wanted to go out west. So they started getting, Bliss actually showed Claire how to do canning. So they did canning and stuff for, they were going to go on a wagon train out west and get postcards ready so she could write back to Claire. And she always wanted to find out what happened to her friend Ella. And it was just, oh, this was just her birds in her past of playing cards with the girls. She'll miss them. But she thought about Ella and Claire. And they went on, and her and Jace had 3 little girls. Are they not cute? And more writing spots. So they were headed out to the west. And this was a little booklet that she had from her mama. And there was Bliss when she was a little girl, in my imagination. And that was her mama. And just another little note, we'll say it's from her mama. And more notes, and that was her and Claire. And there was just more, this was fun. Fun, fun, fun. So that was the book. And then as Bliss was getting ready to leave, Claire knew how much she loved to write. So this is actually file folder. I folded it in 3s. And this was a gift from Claire to Bliss. It was kind of like, I guess, a stationery set where she could write notes. These are flip-ups. There's tags and more tags, maybe postcards that she can send. Here's a letter that she could send to Claire once she got to where she was going. This is a letter folded into an envelope. And take that out, and that's all paper. And then take that out, and that's just more writing spot. And that's just a tag. So this was Claire's gift to Bliss. And we'll continue on the wagon train. Next one will be a wagon train, and Bliss will meet up with her friends Ella, and maybe even Claire will pop up. This will be listed in my Etsy. Everything will be listed below. Thank you, and have a nice evening. Bye.